Coming up on Channel 7 at 10. Centennial residents are in shock after a man opens fire. Stay tuned to see what police think caused this incident.
Don't put away your winter gear just yet. We'll take you to peek for weather so you know exactly what's coming.
See what a local charity group is doing for kids with cancer and how you can help. Don't go away. News 7 at 10 starts now. We have breaking news out of Centennial, where one person is dead and 2 injured after a horrific shooting. Neighbors described it as a bizarre and frightening scene. Channel 7 is on the scene with the story.
Gunfire erupted, shattering the quiet in this neighborhood. Now, officers tell us that deputies responded yesterday to call of shots fired. This is near Dry Creek in Monaco, where we are right now. When they arrived, they found 3 shooting victims, and one of them died. Neighbors say a man shot his wife, that is, and killed a neighbor who tried to help her, a man who we're told is a doctor who lives in this area. He also shot another woman who tried to help. Now, of course, this could have been worse. There were people out yesterday when this happened. It was just after 1 o'clock. People like 18-year-old Jake Becker.
Next thing you knew, there was gunshots going on. My mom ran inside. I slid down in my Jeep.
Yeah. Very scary situation for those neighbors here hearing the gunfire. It was not at all what they've expected, but neighbors did tell us that the man, the suspect, has a history of violence and that police have arrested him at his home before. Now, again, we do still have crime scene investigators out here. We have no word on a motive. Obviously, domestic violence seems to be the case here, but no word why this ended up taking one other life, the life of a neighbor, and injuring a woman. By all accounts, they were just trying to help.
I'll have more updates as they come to light. Channel 7 News. Part of the intersection at Colorado Boulevard in Mexico was shut down today after a 4-car accident left 2 people dead and 6 injured. Firefighters were notified of a man sleeping in his black Chevy Suburban on Colorado Boulevard around 2 in the afternoon. When the firefighters approached the man, he became startled and took off. Out of the 4 cars involved in the accident, the car that flipped over had children on board. Of the 6 injured, 4 are in critical care. Denver police are investigating into why the man ran.
Aspen Grove Vet Clinic's Janae Miller has created a new program to help man's best friend. The name of the program is Furlough, and it offers a lot of positive benefits for shelter dogs in need of a home. Miller, who is the kennel manager for the clinic, takes the dogs out to the dog park so they can exercise and play.
Even if it is just for a few hours, it really helps them relax and get all that energy.
Aside from adoption, this program can also relieve several health problems that the dogs have, like stress and separation anxiety.
Hopefully it catches on.
The program has only been running for a few weeks, but 5 dogs have already found their new families.
An interesting story coming out of Denver in the past few weeks may bring a whole new meaning to Mile High Stadium. With Sports Authority going bankrupt, the naming rights may be up for auction. One company that has expressed interest in the stadium name is Native Roots, a Colorado marijuana company. Michaela has more on the story.
I have to admit we were skeptical. A marijuana business wanting to put its name up on this sign, giving a whole new meaning to Mile High Field. But bad jokes aside, there's some serious debate over what should happen to the name if Sports Authority can't pay up. The Denver Broncos coming off a Super Bowl high. A local marijuana dispensary wants to take that to another level. So the thing I have to ask you, is this an April Fool's joke?
No, this is not an April Fool's joke. We have a ton of pride in the Broncos. We're a large corporation in Colorado, just like a Coors Light or a Sports Authority. Using the company's namesake, they want to call the iconic stadium Native Roots Field at Mile High.
Again, why is everything for sale?
Former Denver Mayor Wellington Webb is vocal in his stance that the Broncos' home should simply be Mile High Stadium, a symbol of local pride.
The corporation didn't build the stadium. The taxpayers in 6 counties built the stadium. The fans keep it going.
During his time in office, his regret is the city didn't put a clause in the Broncos contract, keeping the name free of corporate sponsorship.
So what does he think of the pop proposal?
Locally grown, ahead of the curve. I thought it was a gutsy move on their part.
Native Roots founding partner says he is ready to put up the cash, and they're dead serious.
No one's ever done anything like this in the cannabis sector.
The Broncos still have a contract with Sports Authority and have not speculated on any name change.
Over the weekend, a Panama-based law firm obtained and released more than 11 million files worth of financial data. The files detailed how the world's rich and powerful hide their money in offshore tax havens. The financial data spans over 40 years and involves 72 current or former heads of state. In addition, the leaked files involve 143 politicians from 50 countries. People from all over the world are outraged by this release and want some explanations. Some people say this is a stark example of corruption in politics. At a time when the world has vast inequalities, this leaked financial corruption involving the world's politicians and powerful people has sparked backlash from massive amounts of average citizens. People want answers. Time will tell what these documents will expose and eventually change for the future of tax dodging and money in politics.
For Democrats, the wait is finally over. For the state of New York, that is. There has been a lot of talk about when the two Democratic candidates, Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton, will debate before the upcoming New York primary. They have finally reached an agreement and will debate on Thursday night, the 14th of April in New York City. The debate will be covered by CNN in prime time between the hours of 9 and 11 Eastern Time and 7 and 9 here, Mountain Standard Time. This debate, the final push before the highly anticipated New York primary, is very important to both candidates, as Bernie Sanders was born in Brooklyn and Hillary Clinton's headquarters is now in Brooklyn. The debate will cover each candidate's stance on the nation's latest issues and may be the last chance for both Clinton and Sanders to gain support. With the election not too far away, these final debates should be quite interesting, leading up to the November.
A scary moment at Las Vegas McCarran International Airport unfolded this morning as a British Airways flight caught fire. The left engine of Flight 4276 caught fire while on the runway before takeoff. 159 passengers and 13 crew members evacuated the plane through the emergency slides. 14 people were taken to local hospitals for minor injuries. There's a happy ending to a long week for Texas teenager Ahmed Muhammad. On Monday, the 14-year-old, who is Muslim, was arrested at his high school after being accused of making a hoax bomb. Ahmed said he just wanted to show off his clock invention, but instead was put in handcuffs and taken to a juvenile detention center. By Wednesday, the hashtag #IStandWithAhmed blew up on social media around the globe. Ahmed received internship offers from Reddit and Twitter, and even an invitation to the White House from Barack Obama.
When I showed it to her, she thought it was a threat to her. So it was really sad that she took a wrong impression of it, and I got arrested for it later that day.
Ahmed's family says he has no plans to return to his former high school and is looking into options both inside and out of the country.
Jeremy Page got more than he bargained for when his donkey, Clarence, escaped for the night.
He was determined and not very patient, so he went ahead and got out last night.
According to Page, Clarence is very attached to his lady friend and decided to go pay her a visit.
Got her out, broke the panel door over there, and they chased up top of the field, and we got her back last night, put her in the barn.
Clarence, however, was not ready to go home just quite yet. It took a phone call to police and Page's dad to finally bring him home.
He's not aggressive, but if somebody walks up to him or runs out in the road or something.
Luckily, no harm was brought to Clarence or any passerbys. If you want to visit this viral escape artist, you can find him at the Circapella Ranch. Colorado Springs Police Department needs your help to find this boy. He is just 14 years old and his name is Anthony Wheeler. He was last seen riding his bike. If you have any information, please contact police.
Coming up next, could your child's time spent on their phone be causing tax snack? We'll tell you what the symptoms for this problem are and how to avoid it.
A World War II veteran finds something special that he thought was lost years ago. Stay tuned. 28 people are dead and many others are injured after a bomb was detonated at Brussels airport. Authorities have called this a coordinated terrorist attack, and the operation of city has come to a halt. One person who was at the airport during the time of the attack describes the scene.
We heard an explosion, the ceiling went down, shot dropped down on top of my girl, and then there was a second explosion. There was an American guy next to me.
The sequence of attacks come just 4 days after national authorities took Salah Abdeslam, the man suspected of the Paris attacks, into custody on Friday in Brussels. Stick with us for the latest updates as the situation pans out.
How many hours a day do you think you spend looking down at your phone? Adults spend between 2 and 4 hours each day, while some teens spend up to 5,000 hours annually. This amount of time spent looking at phone screens has led to what doctors are calling tech snack. Christian Scalbera spoke with local doctors to find out more about it.
Sarah Atchison texts with the best of them.
I always look down at my phone.
But looking down at her smartphone often for hours at a time left the 14-year-old with a pain in her neck.
It was mostly just achy and it made it really hard to concentrate.
It's called text neck.
Text neck is where the proper curve in the cervical spine actually gets reduced and can even move forward.
A good curve is ideally 40 degrees, but these x-rays show a very different story.
This should be shaped like the red line, but this girl has lost that neck curve and it has moved to a classic reverse curve or a text neck.
Dr. Chad Cotter with Health Source Chiropractic is helping Sarah reverse damage that used to take decades to develop.
Tension across the shoulders, generalized neck pain, migraines. It can even be numbness and tingling down the arms that we're seeing in high schoolers. It's alarming. It's setting those kids up to having major problems as adults. Kids don't know how to explain it to their parents. They don't know how to express it correctly. And so parents discount what their kids are saying until it becomes a big problem.
Make sure as you're walking that you touch your heel and your toe together.
Using head weights, shoulder exercises, resistance bands, and readjustments,
And there we go.
Dr. Cotter and his team work to strengthen Sarah's neck and back muscles.
So keep those heads up while you're on your phones.
The most powerful storm ever recorded has hit the Mexican coast head-on. Hurricane Patricia hit the coastline last night, causing catastrophic flooding, the likes of which we've never seen. The Category 5 storm was caught many businesses and tourist resorts off guard and is causing total devastation to coastal areas. Residents and tourists in the affected areas are left scrambling to escape, as many are forced on top of cars as they float down the flooded streets. Torrential rains and wind gusts of upwards of 230 miles per hour are expected in the coming days. A flash flood is leaving search and rescue workers scrambling tonight in southern Utah. Authorities say that the flood killed 6 people already. 3 have been rescued, and teams are still searching for 7 more people. The victims are believed to be mothers and small children. We will have more information tomorrow morning.
While the new social norm for conveying words of love to your significant other is through text messaging, this couple's story reminds us of how special handwritten letters can be. Bill Moore wrote this letter to his wife when he was only a 20-year-old soldier serving in World War II.
I was really surprised because I had no way of knowing that it would show up in the way it did.
The letter was found in an old record sleeve and is a reminder of Moore's 63-year-long marriage to his wife, Bernadine.
When you're apart for that reason, not knowing if and when you would ever see that person again, every chance you got to communicate was wonderful.
Bernadine passed away 5 years ago, and Moore is currently living in an assisted living home at the age of 90. It looks like the weather's about to cool down. Pete will tell us by how much next. Hey Pete, how's the weather looking?
Oh, it's not going to be too bad. I hope you've enjoyed the early spring showers because the rain will be changing to snow tonight. The mountains and high country are experiencing large amounts of snowfall, and the snow will find its way down to the metro area this evening, bringing snow throughout tomorrow. Most of the precipitation and energy in this storm is headed north into Wyoming, with blizzard warnings spread throughout southern Wyoming. In contrast, the Front Range of Colorado will experience light to moderate snowfall. Interstate 70 has experienced some accidents, and as the snow moves into the metro area, the morning commute may be tricky. Tonight's lows along the Front Range will be in the low 30s, and we'll have highs in the lower 40s tomorrow. Thursday has a small chance for precipitation with snowfall totals for the week amounting to only a few inches. The rest of the week, The storm will move out and temperatures will rise throughout the week, setting us up for a beautiful weekend and start to next week. It will be a mixed Colorado weather week, giving us a variety of temperatures and types of precipitation. Ahead on News 7 at 10. Kobe Bryant's spectacular career is about to come to an end. Find out all the information you need to know regarding Bryant's last game.
And see how one group is trying to help kids through their battle with cancer, and how you can help. It's all coming up next on Channel 7 News at 10.
Welcome back. I'm Josh Dolan with your latest sports updates. Are you a fan of baseball and love to give back to children in need? A group called the Youth Cancer Baseball Tour is trying to help children who are battling cancer have some fun. The group tries to raise money to send these kids on baseball adventures at their local Major League Baseball park. 12-year-old Trevor Kling is live in studio with us today. He was a beneficiary of the group last year when he visited Coors Field with his dad. He had such a great time that this year he is stepping up his ambitions. Trevor is trying to visit all 30 baseball stadiums, including the All-Star Game. If you'd like to help make a difference in Trevor's quest or any other kids, visit the link provided. Looking for something local to do in the summer that isn't too costly? A recent study found by Go Bankrate says the Colorado Rockies are the 4th cheapest venue to enjoy a baseball game at in Major League Baseball.
I just love everything about coming downtown and going to the ballpark.
2 tickets, 2 hot dogs, 2 beers, and parking will only cost right under $60 for a Rockies home game. If you want to hit a home run this baseball season, look for the deals online.
I didn't realize that we were the 4th lowest, so that's good.
The legendary career of Kobe Bryant is finally about to come to an end. Bryant has somehow managed to play in the NBA for 20 years since originally being drafted by the Charlotte Hornets in the 1996 draft with the 13th overall pick. He has won 5 championships throughout the course of his illustrious career, all with the Los Angeles Lakers. He has been loyal to the city of Los Angeles since he came out of high school, playing his entire career for the Lakers. Bryant has experienced the highest of highs and is currently going through some extreme lows with the current Lakers team. Either way, Bryant's career was nothing short of spectacular. Father Time has once again won the battle with age, and it is time for Bryant to ride off into the LA sunset. His last game will be played in Los Angeles on Wednesday, April 12th at 10:30 p.m. Eastern against the Utah Jazz. Now back to you, Pete.
A unique group is drawing attention to themselves with their stance on medical marijuana. See why coming up next.
More and more states are now considering following in Colorado's footsteps to legalize marijuana.
But at the moment, it's illegal in many California cities, including Merced. Anna McNamara gives us an inside look at a pot operation there that's more on the side of the spiritual side.
In a California neighborhood,
Oh, I think I put too much in that one.
there is a growing business
Gosh, it looks so full.
that's also a growing business.
We are rocking through what would be pot plants, very big pot plants.
Taller than us.
1, 2, taller, wider, yes.
The women here aren't trying to hide their marijuana habit.
We commit our life to cannabis. We commit our lives to the sisterhood.
Sister Kate and Sister Darcy aren't the kind of nuns you're thinking.
When Congress declared pizza a vegetable, I declared myself a nun.
They aren't even Catholic.
We live together, we work together, we're a bit socialistic. If you look up what makes a sister, those are the things.
Their core belief is in the healing power of CBD, an active cannabinoid found in marijuana plants.
This is our cannabis chest.
They take this weed and put it in crock pots with coconut oil. It hardens into salves and tinctures.
Over here is where we keep our medicines.
They sell them on Etsy.
It's usually full, but we're selling out so fast that we're really struggling to keep up with demand.
Their products don't make you high, but they sure do bring in high profits.
Oops.
$400,000 a year. And it appears these sisters have a monopoly because they're breaking the law.
Everything we're doing is illegal. Those plants you just saw in my garage, they're illegal. The making of the salves is illegal.
But the sisters are expanding anyway.
2 long rows of 12 or 18 plants.
To a new house in a county that bans their business.
Finally, we got the farm.
A risk Sister Kate is willing to take.
I'm scared. I'm nervous. I'm not confident. I guess I'm confident from the standpoint of right will win at the end.
For the now.
But I don't know how long that's going to take.
The Merced City Council plans to revisit marijuana ordinances next month. A council spokesperson tells us that until then, police won't be enforcing the current ban, so it looks like the Sister Act will stay in business, at least for a little while longer. You might want to think twice before eating out until you see our health reviews on these restaurants.
Wondering what the weather is going to be like tomorrow? We'll let you know so you can be prepared. All at 6 a.m. tomorrow. All right, that's going to be all for us tonight. We hope you guys stay bundled up as that snow rolls in.
And don't forget to join us tomorrow as we keep you updated throughout the day. Stay safe and have a good night.